Hi!
Hello!
Welcome back to our channel. This is the Argentine Rugby Breakdown, and today we're going to do the review of Pampas against Cobras.
Yes, first game of round 10, right?
11? No, 10. 10.
Round 10.
Let's start. The game was tonight, last night. We saw it, and Pampas, as we thought it would happen, won the game. We saw a good first start of Pampas, being kind of arrasador. I'm trying to find the word in English, and he will help me with this.
I think they were overwhelming.
Yeah.
Over Cobras. They overwhelmed Cobras at the beginning. I think also it was a game of two halves. Just like the game they played against Cobras in Paraguay.
Yeah.
They started kind of firing on all cylinders and just scoring tries and moving the ball, quick ball, winning the contact, the racks were very quickly. The clean out of the racks were very quickly, and the ball reached the backs, and they were able to play some backs, kind of play on the back of some players, kind of sending some false players into attack and playing on their backs, and they were able to score a couple of tries that way.
And also, I think they were taking advantage of a lot of mistakes that Cobras were making. There's a few tries that being just mistakes that Pampas kind of took advantage of and had the quick thinking of grabbing the ball and just going to the goal to score.
Yes. I think that was part of the pressure. We talked on the last on the preview about this game, saying that if Pampas played with a high up tempo that they wanted to play, they're trying to play, they could overwhelm the Cobras and make them make mistakes, and that's what they did, because most of the mistakes that Cobras made, they were forced errors.
Yes.
And the silly ones that allow a couple of tries, they also were because of good offensive pressure after a kick. Good pressure to the kick, and the receiving player of the kick made a mistake and kind of lose the ball or throw a kind of a anywhere pass, and just there was the Pampas player to pick it up and score. So I think it was part of that kind of, they came out kind of fixed on doing this thing, playing at this speed and kind of going over the other team.
They also, Cobras team wasn't the team we used to see. There were a lot of changes, there were a lot of players that usually start in the second half, so there was a bit of an experience there. Maybe they didn't want to use these players on the last game against Cobras because they thought they could win that game, or they could have at least a chance.
A chance, yes. And they were really close against Cobras.
And they were coming to Buenos Aires. They knew Pampas were in a very high position. They will win this game. It's okay. This is the time we can use to rest some players, to try new players. I think that's a lot of what happened, and that kind of committing mistakes, it was because of that. Yeah.
Which I think it's good that they kind of lead new players and give players chance and minutes, and kind of they are kind of distributing the minutes, the playtime all over the squad, and giving new players chances. The coach said that they left a couple of players in Brazil.
Yeah. To rest.
Yeah, just to rest. So I think that's well. Maybe that's what they did. They say, okay, we're going to Buenos Aires. It's going to be a difficult match because it's a difficult venue, and most likely we're going to lose. So let's not risk it. They're not the team we are playing against really. for positions. So are the teams we are right now playing against position are Jacaré and Selknam really, and Raptors not to be the last team. So what I think is that's the first set. They gave players opportunities, minutes, and kept some of the good players like the captain, the number 10 on the bench for the second half, and I think that was smart.
So all that left the result of the first half in 31-0. It was like clear and obvious that Pampas got this game and was going to win it. So the second half was a completely different thing. Pampas kind of relaxed a little bit. They started to commit a lot of penalties. They had all the yellow cards on the second half.
Yes. At the end of the second half.
Yeah, kind of, because Cobras started to play, and they started to have more control of the game and of the ball, and started to play the way they wanted to play. The first half, everything went to Pampas. Like they played the way they wanted to. They did what they want with the game, and in the second half, kind of Cobras woke up and tried to do something about it. Yeah. They scored 2 tries.
There were two more tries. One was a penalty try, and the other one was just a small try. And yes. When they interviewed the coach at halftime, he said that they were making mistakes and they were playing at Pampas tempo, and that was not good for them. They had to try to slow the game and play at their own rhythm, and not get caught in Pampas kind of game. And they improved that. They tried to slow the ball, not try to move quickly the ball, try to go through the middle with their forwards, and they helped them. And Pampas just like we have this. I don't know. They lost concentration. They lost focus. They also make a kind of some changes at the beginning of the second half. Couple of minutes in, where they changed number 10. They changed number 9, which were there really controlling really well the game.
Yes. The best thing we saw of the team was the 9 and the 10.
Yes, they were really. We at this.
Morales and De La
Mendia. We've seen that De La Mendia was playing really well, was really improving, and he has a tough competition against the other number 10. That is, I can't remember the name of the guy. Well, the other number 10, which is a really good player, and they're having a tough competition. Actually, that the other 10 was the one who played in the game against Black Lions. And Morales, I was expecting a lot from Morales, because last year he played for Cafeteros, and playing for that team, for the weakest team of the tournament.
Cafeteros was a Colombian team that's not
no
playing
longer in the competition. Playing for that team was a Colombian team managed by Argentina and with 99% of players from Argentina. But having said that, not as much, but having said that. Playing in that team, he managed to be called to the Pumas, to the national team, and he made his debut with the Pumas. So I was expecting a lot. He didn't have the best start of the season because he got injured, but in this game he really showed the speed and
what he can do.
What he can do, he was one of the best 2 players for Pampas in the game. So maybe those changes also affected the game.
And making it slower means that you had a lot of fixed formations, and Pampas is not good in scrum, in lineups, in mauls, defending them.
Yes.
So I think that's a very big issue that they have to address soon, because it's kind of the basics of what the game is about. and you need to have a strong scrum, a strong lineup, and a strong maul to know how to defend them everything.
Yes, Pampas is really struggling with, or at least in this game, they really struggled with the scrum at the beginning, and then it was kind of tough for them. They never got clean ball. They didn't lose scrums. The first one, I think they lost it, but they didn't lose many scrums. But they were having trouble of getting clean ball out of it.
Yeah, same with the lineups. They didn't miss them that much, but it's like you have it, and in the air you pass it, but you pass it very poorly, with no strategy at all. Like there's no game plan on it.
Yes, they're not very strong there, and actually it was both teams were really bad at lineups.
Yeah, but
they stole all from both of them. They had missed passes.
From Cobras, I'm not like that could happen. It's okay. They have to train it, so whatever. But Pampas.
Yeah, you expect better.
Yes.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess the player of the match selected was the Media.
Everyone that were every Pampa player and the coach that were interviewed at the end of the game mentioned this of having a great first 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and then the second half wasn't what they were expecting. Mm-hmm. They just scored one try
in the second half,
in the second half, and Cobras scored 2, so you see that as well. I don't know. We'll see. I think Pampas need to improve a lot. I don't think they're in position to kind of fight for. I've said this already, for number 1 and number 2 position in the ladder. They are comfortable number 3.
Yes.
And they are going to playoff. That's very clear, and we'll see what happens. But I don't know.
But they've been improving. They're showing a constant improvement. There's just more things they need to.
I want to see Dogos again to see if Pampas improving. It's I don't know, and I don't want to see Dogos going down, because I think Dogos was the strongest Argentinian squad, and I would like them to be the winners of this tournament.
But next game for Pampas, it's against Dogos in Córdoba. So we're going to see, and they talk about that
next week.
Yes, and the coach said we lost here at home, and we want revenge. We want to go and win there. So let's see how that turns out. But it was a interesting game for Pampas during the first half. It was a disappointing game for Pampas during the second half. It was a disappointing game from Cobras all around, but they managed to improve, to correct things they were doing wrong in the first half,
and they didn't have any yellow cards.
And they didn't have any yellow cards.
They were all I think there were 5 or 8 changes.
Yes, there were a lot of changes, and they were able to outscore Pampas in the second half. So good for Cobras.
Yeah. So I think that's it for this review. We're going to do the review for the other 2 games. Let's play one today, that's Saturday, and one tomorrow, that's Sunday. So keep on watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Bye.